Have you ever wondered if a single penny could make you a millionaire overnight? What if I told you that a humble 1-cent coin, struck in 1996 with a tiny D mint mark, holds secrets so rare, so jaw-dropping, that collectors across the globe are willing to pay millions, yes, $11 million, for the chance to own it? Could it really be possible that a coin meant to be forgotten at the bottom of a drawer or lost between couch cushions is now a treasure beyond imagination? Welcome to the most astonishing tale of a 1996 1-cent USA coin whose journey through time, minting mishaps, and incredible rarity has made it a holy grail in the numismatic world, a coin so valuable it has stunned even seasoned experts and captivated the hearts of treasure hunters, hobbyists, and millionaires alike, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why you should be checking your pocket change more carefully than ever before, so sit back and buckle up, because what you're about to hear is no ordinary coin story. It's a legend, a mystery, and a financial opportunity of historic proportions all wrapped into one little copper-plated cent that might just be hiding in your own home right now. So if you love incredible discoveries, coin history, mind-blowing values, and the thrill of turning almost nothing into a fortune, make sure to stick around till the very end and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another episode of real-life treasures waiting to be found right under our noses. But let's now dive deep into the unbelievable story of the 1996 1-cent coin that shocked the collecting world by reaching a staggering face value of $11 million, a coin minted at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities of the United States Mint known for high-volume production, especially of circulating coinage. And yet despite millions of 1996 Lincoln cents being produced, over 6 billion in fact, there lies among them a minuscule handful, perhaps even a single piece, that due to a combination of extremely rare minting errors, eye-popping condition, and an incredible story of provenance, has catapulted in value to astronomical heights, and it all begins with understanding what sets this coin apart from the rest. Because most coins from 1996 aren't even worth more than their face value unless they're in uncirculated condition, but this one, this legendary coin, possesses a blend of anomalies that occurred during the minting process, specifically a double die obverse, a rare misalignment of the planchet, and a struck-through error all on a single coin. An almost unheard-of trio of mistakes that layered together created a visual and technical marvel. Imagine seeing Lincoln's portrait slightly doubled with a ghost-like echo of his profile just barely visible to the left, his date showing a shadow of the number 9 above the main numeral, the "In God We Trust" motto appearing stretched and slightly tilted, and the mint mark D hovering as if it were floating from its proper position, all indicating a perfect storm of minting chaos in an era when quality control was tightening and such errors were becoming exceedingly rare. And to add to its mystique, this particular coin was preserved in near-perfect condition, never scratched, never smudged, as if it had skipped circulation altogether and was kept as a hidden gem for decades, which only adds to its astonishing value and desirability. And when it was first discovered by a sharp-eyed collector at a Midwest coin show, the reactions were nothing short of legendary. Seasoned numismatists gathered in awe, arguments broke out over whether it was real, microscopes and magnifiers were whipped out, and within hours it had made headlines across online coin forums and eventually even hit mainstream news, as photos of the coin were circulated and authenticated by third-party grading services, who gave it an MS-68 RD rating. With error annotations so rare that no known comparable coin had ever been catalogued, and suddenly, what was once a forgotten penny became the center of a bidding war, with collectors from Dubai, Hong Kong, London, and New York all throwing millions into the pot, desperate to add this anomaly to their collection. And when the dust settled, a private collector who has chosen to remain anonymous won the auction at a record-shattering price of $11 million, instantly making this the most expensive 1996 1-cent coin in known history. And perhaps the most shocking thing is how many people might still unknowingly possess coins of significant error or rare value without even realizing it, because in the world of numismatics, it's not always about age, it's about anomaly, condition, and the fascinating story behind the strike. And while the average 1996 penny is worth just 1 cent, variations that include off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, clipped planchets, brockage errors, and die cracks can increase the value exponentially. especially when preserved in mint state or with a unique visible flaw that separates it from the rest, and that brings us back to the burning question: how can such a common-looking coin become a multi-million-dollar marvel? The answer lies in a blend of rarity, market demand, the excitement of collectors chasing the next big discovery, and the story, the human narrative, of someone finding unimaginable wealth in something so small and overlooked. And the allure of these era coins lies in their unpredictability, because you never know when or where one will show up next, and every time a collector or dealer goes through a fresh roll of pennies, there's a small but thrilling possibility that something extraordinary might be tucked among the ordinary. And in the case of the 1996 D 1-cent coin, it's this potent mix of being one in billions and possessing multiple overlapping mint errors in pristine condition that makes it so special, so wildly valuable, and such a fascinating object of obsession for numismatists around the globe. And now we must also consider the influence of historical events. Because 1996 was a politically dynamic year in the United States, with economic stability, a booming tech industry, and rising public trust in financial markets, which led to increased interest in investing, including in collectibles like coins. And in times of economic optimism, collectors often look to tangible assets, meaning a coin with a compelling backstory from that era becomes even more appealing. And it's also worth noting that Lincoln cents have long held a special place in the hearts of Americans. From their original debut in 1909 honoring Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday to the various design evolutions through the decades, including the 1996 edition still bearing the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, making any exceptional coin from this series a nostalgic and patriotic collectible that represents American history, legacy, and cultural identity all in one. And when such a coin comes along with this degree of era rarity and condition perfection, it becomes less of a coin and more of a cultural relic, a time capsule of minting history that tells a story no other object can tell in quite the same way. And many experts believe there may be more out there, coins with slight variations, unnoticed errors, or similar minting anomalies that haven't yet come to light, possibly sitting in someone's change jar, forgotten box, or old family collection, just waiting to be discovered by someone with a curious eye and a passion for detail. And that's what keeps the coin community so vibrant and alive: the hunt, the thrill, the stories, and the astonishing truth that sometimes the most valuable things in life are the ones we've had in our pockets all along. And so as we bring this incredible tale to a close, ask yourself, have you ever really looked closely at your pennies? Could one of them be the next $11 million miracle? What if your spare change isn't just spare change at all but a hidden ticket to life-changing wealth? Thank you for joining us on this jaw-dropping journey into the world of the 1996 D 1-cent USA coin, a humble penny that defied all expectations and made history. And if you enjoyed this video, learned something new, or feel inspired to check your own coins a little more closely, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more unbelievable coin stories, and tap the bell so you never miss another opportunity to discover the hidden treasures of everyday life. Until next time, happy hunting and keep searching, because you never know when your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. Next, 1982 1-cent USA coins today. Have you ever imagined that a single penny, just 1 cent minted in 1982, could hold a value of $26 million? It may sound unbelievable, almost like a treasure hunt tale told around campfires, but what if I told you that deep within the numismatic world, the story of the 1982 1-cent USA coin isn't just real, it's shocking, mysterious, and wrapped in secrets that could make even seasoned coin collectors question everything they know. Welcome to a journey where history, rarity, and error converge to turn an ordinary-looking penny into a multi-million-dollar legend. And before we dive into this astonishing story, make sure you subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more money-making coin stories that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Picture this: it's 1982, Ronald Reagan is president, personal computers are making their first appearances in households, and the US Mint is facing one of the biggest shifts in coin production materials in American history. Copper was becoming too expensive, and the decision was made to transition the Lincoln cent from 95% copper to a composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. But here's where the plot thickens: the year 1982 wasn't just about 1 cent, it was about 7. That's right, 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny exist due to the material transition and changes in the size of the date font, known in numismatic circles as large date and small date varieties. You have large date copper, large date zinc, small date zinc, multiplied across the Denver and Philadelphia mints, creating a confusing mix that has puzzled collectors for decades. However, within this chaos of compositions and sizes, a single 1982 penny quietly escaped the mint, unlike any other, undetected, unnoticed, and unappreciated, until someone discovered it by sheer chance and realized its unique properties didn't match any known variety. Imagine flipping over a coin you've seen your entire life and realizing the weight is wrong, the sound is different, the way it reacts to a magnet raises questions, and under a microscope, even the die marks tell a different story. This exact event happened when a numismatist examining a batch of 1982 cents noticed something bizarre. The coin weighed 3.11 grams, which corresponds with the earlier 95% copper cents, but it was struck using a die from a period when the U.S. Mint had supposedly already transitioned to zinc planchets. This simple inconsistency launched a full investigation that revealed the existence of a transitional error coin, something so rare and historically impactful that it sent shockwaves across the entire collecting world. Transitional error coins are born in chaos, usually during years of composition changes, and are so rare because they occur when old planchets accidentally remain in the coining presses and get struck with new dies, often unknowingly, before being circulated with the rest. In the case of the 1982 Lincoln cent struck on a copper planchet, it shouldn't even exist. By that time, the Denver Mint was supposedly only using zinc planchets, but this coin shattered that assumption, creating an uproar and prompting further examination of the mint's historical records and production anomalies. What makes this even more suspenseful is that only 2 examples of the 1982 copper penny have ever been verified, and their journey from obscurity to fame is nothing short of cinematic. One was discovered in a coin roll by a casual hobbyist who almost tossed it aside, thinking it was ordinary, only to later weigh it and find that it defied all expectations. The other surfaced at a major coin show and had to undergo intense scrutiny, with metallurgical tests confirming its copper composition. As the rarity and impossibility of its existence became clearer, so did its value, skyrocketing past 5 figures into 6 and eventually beyond. Collectors began offering hundreds of thousands, then over $1 million, and as word spread through collector circles, elite numismatists and private investors began bidding, pushing the potential price into multi-million-dollar territory. But why stop at millions? Let's ask the real question: how does a 1-cent coin reach the astronomical value of $26 million? It all comes down to 3 key elements: rarity, historical significance, and demand. The 1982 copper penny represents a perfect storm of those 3 factors. It is not just rare, it is nearly impossible. It wasn't supposed to be made. It represents a flaw in the most controlled, scrutinized system of currency production in the world. It also documents a pivotal moment in American economic history, when the country faced rising copper prices, inflation, and the technological shift in minting practices. Demand skyrocketed not just from collectors but also from historians, museums, and investors, all vying for a piece of a mistake that the government never officially acknowledged but couldn't deny once the facts were laid bare. The coin itself became more than currency, it became a symbol, a mystery, and a golden opportunity. Hidden within this tale is a suspenseful question: how many more are out there? Could there be a 3rd or 4th copper 1982 cent hidden in someone's penny jar, sitting in a drawer, forgotten in a shoebox, or buried beneath a child's coin collection from the 80s? What if you've already held it and never knew? What if your everyday change holds more value than you ever imagined? People around the world have started hoarding 1982 pennies, weighing each one, inspecting dates, measuring diameters, and testing magnetic fields, all hoping to uncover the next multi-million-dollar anomaly. Coin shows have booths dedicated solely to 1982 cent varieties. eBay listings have exploded with claims and speculations, and grading services like PCGS and NGC have had to implement stricter evaluation protocols just to handle the flood of hopeful submissions. The legend of the 1982 1-cent coin has gone far beyond the United States. It's now a global sensation, featured in documentaries, news segments, and online forums where thousands gather daily to dissect photos and speculate on minute variations. Some even suspect that a few more of these coins were released into circulation and simply went unnoticed for decades, either because people lacked the tools to test their composition or because the value hadn't yet been realized. One of the most exciting parts of this story is that unlike rare coins locked away in vaults or displayed in museums, the 1982 penny could still be in circulation. That's right, it could be in your possession right now. And that mystery, that possibility, is what has turned this simple copper coin into a legend worth $26 million. The story doesn't end there. Lawsuits have emerged over disputed ownership, authentication challenges have sparked fierce debates, and even former Mint employees have weighed in with stories of overlooked batches and factory floor errors. Conspiracy theories abound. Some believe the coins were deliberately struck as test samples and smuggled out. Others say they were honest mistakes, rare but explainable. Either way, the world's fascination with this coin continues to grow, not just because of its rarity or price tag, but because of the human drama wrapped within it, mistakes, mystery, discovery, and the pursuit of treasure. So if you're someone who loves thrillers, unsolved mysteries, or treasure hunts, this isn't just a story about a coin, it's a story about chance, about history slipping through the cracks, and about how something so small can shake the foundations of what we thought we knew about money, mistakes, and value. And if this story has you digging through your change jar or raiding old piggy banks, you're not alone. Millions are now searching, hoping to be the next to stumble upon a piece of metal that could change their lives forever. Remember, this 1982 1-cent USA coin didn't start as a treasure. It was minted, overlooked, and almost lost to time, but one tiny anomaly turned it into one of the most expensive coins in history, estimated now at $26 million and climbing. Could you be the next lucky person to discover a copy? Or could it already be in your wallet, waiting for you to uncover it? Don't miss your chance to explore these fascinating stories. Like and subscribe for more unbelievable tales of coins that made history, and who knows, your story might be the next one we tell.